I think Bill Murray should be making YouTube videos. I just want to see that guy's life. Just like following him around one day a week. I would produce the crap out of that. Hi, my name is Chris Hardwick, and I started a thing called Nerdist online, which is initially a website just devoted to things that interested me, which were typically thought of as coming from the nerd sphere. We expanded to a YouTube channel in 2011. The kind of underlying credo that we have is that, as long as you're passionate about it, it qualifies. And my father was a professional bowler, I grew up bowling, so I make a show called Celebrity Bowling where we get teams of celebrities to bowl against each other.
Chris, of course, picks a sport that he excels in.
Chris's showboating, I think, was a little much. Every time he got a strike, he turned around and was like, look, this is my channel, this is my sport.
Innovation is not only important, it's vital, especially now, because one of the great things that's happened with our culture, and certainly for creative people, is that there are no more excuses as to why you can make something. When I was growing up in the 1900s, someone, usually a large company with a lot of money, would have to tell you, oh, you're good enough to make this thing, or you're famous enough to make this thing, or you look this certain way, so now you can make this entertainment-related project, you can be in this thing, we'll hire you to be in this thing. And now content is empowered, and that's largely in thanks to YouTube, because you could just have a random idea and shoot it in an afternoon and put it up on YouTube that night, and the next morning, whatever your message is could be out to millions and millions and millions of people. That is incredibly powerful. YouTube content can be particularly challenging because the platform is essentially crowdsourced. So with television, I feel like people just watch television, they'll flip channels. Television has to just be watchable, I think. Television has to exist in such a state that you don't turn it off. But YouTube content has to be shareable, and shareability is one extra challenge that you face as a content creator, because if someone doesn't share a video with everyone they know, then it doesn't blow up. Most of the time in the creative process, we shoot ourselves down before the idea even has a chance to see the light of day. And I just wonder how many great ideas get killed because we talk ourselves out of them instead of just actually trying to follow through. The worst that happens is that you don't make the thing, but then you're no worse off than you were before, and then you've learned something, because the process of creation is almost as valuable as creation itself. The only way to fail, really, is to give up. There's this old idea from comedy, from stand-up comedy. I'm a stand-up comic, and there's a comedian named Bill Hicks, and I'm gonna completely butcher the quote, but the quote was something along the lines of, the more of yourself you are, the less competition you have. So no one in the world is exactly like you. So the more you can make your content, the more you're gonna rise above the noise, because the less competition you're gonna have. I would write down everything that you're passionate about. Figure out if there's some way to mash all those things up together, because the more specific you are about the things you love, the more uniquely you it will be, and the better chance it has of catching on and being something special and unique that the world hasn't seen yet. Hannah Hart's story is I think the perfect YouTube story, which is she was never planning on being a YouTube star. She was just someone who was funny, who had a different life plan, and just made one video and it blew up. And it opened her up to pursue the thing that I think was meant to do, which is be funny, communicate, help people, build a community. A creator like that, that's the perfect story.
Yes!
I rolled the gutter ball in my first role as a strategy to kind of try and lull Michael into a sense of false security, and also to just tell Chris, hey, I'm not good at this.
If people have any inspiration from anything that I say, it's just the idea that there's no excuse anymore to not go out and make the thing that you want to make and follow the stuff you're passionate about. That's it. If I do inspire people to do that, to follow their own inspiration, then I would feel largely satisfied with what I've done on this planet, whatever that is. And I'm talking about through all the crappy shows that I've hosted throughout the years. Some of you are too young to remember Singled Out and Shipmates, and that's probably a good thing.